Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how to get as quickly as possible from level 50 to level 54 on Fishing Planet. Like many people, we got to level 50 and then there was a new fishing location which was appeared in the update, which is Blue Crab Island. So everybody who was on level 50 had to get to level 54. And I'm just going to show you how I did it. I really love Fishing Planet. It's a great game, whether you're a fisherman or not, and you can catch some great fish. And also the good thing about it is you can choose where you want to go and what you want to catch. So this was me in Russia catching a big beluga sturgeon. You can't keep it, but I just thought I'd show you this. This was like the biggest thing I caught. And also it's quite interesting that there was a funny glitch once I caught it and it was like spinning around, which was kind of strange. But yeah, you can't put it in your net, but I got a lot of money from it and a lot of XP. Catching XP and earning money is what really the game's all about, so you can level up and get some money in the bank. That was a nice fish, but this video is about something else. This is about how to get from level 50 to level 54. I had been sturgeon fishing here at Fishing the Beaver in California for several levels. I think it's level 34 that you can get here. As you can see by looking at the weather, the peak period at night for these fish, for all fish probably, is from 11 o'clock at night. So let me just show you my setup. I have 4 heavy chaser rods with the Leviathan reels and either 0.27 braid or even 0.29 braid. Big weight, 175 grams. The leader, which is the 0.7 fluorocarbon, which probably doesn't make that much difference. You could use mono, and 4-0 hook and spawn sack on all the rods. So we go to Fishing the Beaver, and each day, as you know, starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. I always set the rod pod up on this side of the island facing the shore. I got 3 markers out there. So the first rod goes out and that's at 34 meters. Second rod out, that goes on the second marker, that's at 32 meters. Next rod, number 3, goes to a point in between the second and third marker, and then the last rod, which is at 28 meters, that goes just to the right of the third marker there. So I've already got a bite there on the second rod. Pick that up. Now what I do here is, if I don't get any bites on any of the other rods, I'll just bring it all the way in. But because I've got a bite there on rod 3, I just put it back on the rest. I strike the third rod. Because I'm fishing at about 30 meters, I just bring it back halfway, so it goes down to 15. Put it back on the, well, put it on the wrong rest there. Then I'll take the other rod, which is gone, number 4, got a bite on there, so strike that, bring it in. Now, if I don't get a bite on the first rod, which is the only one that hasn't got a fish on there, I'll bring the fish that I've got on, bring it all the way in. So that's the first fish of the day. Keep that. Don't bother recasting. Pick up the next one. Now I think probably because these fish have been dragging 200 grams of weight around, they seem to come in quite easy the last few meters. So I just go back to them one by one. Bring them in, and I aim to get 3 fish in before I move on to the next time period, which is, as you'll see, if it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll then fast forward to 11 o'clock at night. That 5 o'clock in the morning is also the end of the peak period for the night before, so there's still fish to be caught there. Right, exactly the same again, 34 meters, next one 32, third one 30 meters, and the last one at 28 meters. Now you might have your own spots, but I've found this part of the lake to be really productive, and it allows you to catch plenty in a short space of time. Just as you're watching this, I would like to thank KP Shamino, some kind of god of Fishing Planet, who's got some great videos, and it was watching one of his that I realised that these fish respawn after, I think he said it was 90 minutes. So by fast forwarding, if you, like now, you're at 11 o'clock, the next time period, to go past that 90 minutes, you would forward a time to 1 a.m. and then 3 a.m. and then 5 a.m. So thanks to him, I improved my way of catching fish in this Money and XP farm. So exactly the same as before. If you get a bite on one of the other rods, then just put the rod with the fish on down and pick up the next one, strike it, go back to the other one. If there's nothing else going on, then just bring the fish right in. You can see there that I'm recasting because sometimes there will be a slack period and you don't have a lot of things going on. There's not much activity, so recast that one because that spot might be more productive. You don't have long to wait though, especially at the start of the time period. You can see there that that's after forwarding the time to 11 o'clock. There's only been 11 minutes. So what is that? That is about 3 minutes of real time. And there I'm into the second fish. One of the ways to increase XP is to use lighter gear and also use barbless hooks, but it's a bit of a trade-off really, because the lighter gear takes longer to get the fish in, and also if you use barbless hooks, once you hook the fish and then you put the rod back on the rest, as you have to do with this method, the fish can, I think, come off more easily. So I use barbed hooks for this method. So that's 16 minutes, which is actually 4 minutes of real time. If you do get to a slack period and nothing is happening, just take the rods out, forward a time to the next period, and then go on the fish again. I don't usually give it more than 20 minutes. Well, that would be 5 minutes. So 5 minutes of real time, just to make sure you catch either 3 or sometimes 4 fish. So in 5 minutes you're getting 3 fish, so you're catching a sturgeon every minute and a half or something like that. So that means that if you multiply that by 40, that gives you an hour, so that you would get 40 fish an hour. And the XP for each of these sturgeon is about 500, so you're looking at 20 20,000 XP an hour. And as far as the money that you get for these, you can see there, for example, that fish is like 3,000. So you're looking at 120,000 an hour, which is an awful lot. If you imagine when we were back at just starting the game, how long it took to get any money at all. So I did carry on a little bit longer there, probably just thought I would catch an extra fish. But yeah, when it goes quiet, fast forward again. So this time go to 1 AM. So now we're at 1 AM. Exactly the same again. I'm up to 127 kilos. it makes it a lot easier if you can clip your rods up. You don't have to cast individually, you just point the rod towards where you want to be. I don't think it makes that much difference if you know a couple of meters one way or a couple of meters the other way. So we've got fish there on number 3. Well, one fish on number 3, so bring that all the way in. I think rod number 4 is going there as well. No, it's not. Yes, it is. There we go. Nothing else going on, so I'll bring it all the way in. Some of these fish are a bit more stubborn than others. Nothing else happening. Wind them in. Each time period you should be able to catch 3 fish this way, and means that over 4 time periods you should be able to get your 200 kilos, which is the size of the net that I have, size of the keep net. Go on, crack on. What are you waiting for? There we go, 3 AM. Same again, exactly the same. That's the 4th rod out. And I've already got some fish on there. So that means pick the rod up, strike, back in the rod pod. We got number 2, same thing. Number 1. So in reel fishing, might get a double header where you get 2 fish on at the same time if you're fishing with 2 rods. But I think you've got to be real lucky to catch 4 fish at the same time. To have 4 fish on the 4 rods, but this is what's happened here. So the quicker you can get the rods out as well, I think you've got more chance of catching more fish. So don't dawdle. I just stick one out one after the other, and usually by the time you got to the 4th rod out, you've already got a fish on at least one of the rods. So then it's just a matter of hooking them, and then you can just really take your time. To bring them in, because they're already hooked. But sometimes they will come off, you know, if you just, you know, you go and make a cup of tea or something and then come back. You can expect one to have gone, but if you're quick enough, you can get all 4 in. So with those, I've already gone over my 200 kilo maximum for the keep net. So although this won't be able to go into the keep net, you can return it and you still get the XP even if you don't get the money for it. So there we go, next day, that's 32,000 for that period, as it won't be anything more than 20 minutes, I don't think, in total to get that. Here I am just carrying on the next day. And I'm getting really close to the end of level 53 before it gets to level 54. I think I only needed another fish or so before leveling up. Just going back on the rest so I can hook the other fish. There are other ways to earn a lot of XP and money, but this is the way that I found is the best. There we go, level 54, that's when I did it. And let's go to Blue Crab Island and see what that's all about now. Thanks for watching. Tight lines, guys. I hope this video's been useful for you. See you around.